All right, this week, kids are either logging in from home for school or hitting the halls for in-person classes.
Parents worry about safety, sending kids to class, or isolating them by keeping them home. And how do they juggle working themselves at home at the same time?
A lot of questions. And then there's school sports. Let them play or maybe hold them out. It's a COVID quandary, you might say. So we have called in someone who can help ease our anxiety a little bit. Regular PTL contributor and parenting expert, Dr. Debbie Gilboa. And Dr. G, you are the parent of 4 boys. You've had to deal with this issue yourself. What is your advice to other parents? Because this is such an unusual circumstance.
The best thing that we can do for our kids this summer, as we think about getting back into school, is figure out what can our kids gain out of this school year? Because coming up with one plan and sticking to it isn't going to work. Many kids are going to have to weave in and out of in-person learning and virtual learning when they have a fever, or anyone in your house has a fever. They're going to need to stay home for a while. When the school has an outbreak, we're going to need to stay home for a while. So even kids who are starting out on that school bus or going to school are going to have periods of virtual learning this year.
Dr. G, I feel like oftentimes as an adult and as a parent, I project my own feelings onto my children. Like, they must be feeling the same way I am, but they also don't have the time on the job, so to speak. So how do you deal with that?
And they have a totally different perspective. There are a lot of kids who were bummed when school closed, but there were some kids who were like, yes, I asked for this when I blew out my birthday candles and it happened.
Right.
I did this, right? So assuming that we know how our kids feel can actually be a communication obstacle. The best thing to do is, instead of telling our kids how we feel first or assuming that we know, just asking, saying, okay, here's what I learned. Like my kids, they were supposed to go back to school today and it got put off for a couple of days. I had an opinion about that. I had a reaction, but instead I said, hey guys, school's actually starting Thursday. How do you feel about that? And then they could tell me and I could help them where they are instead of where I guess they are.
Yeah. What about school sports? Because there's one question about having your kids attend classes in a school building, but playing sports is something else. And if you decide that maybe you're not comfortable with that, explaining that to the kids can be really, really difficult.
It can frustrate them, but that doesn't mean it has to be difficult. Parents are really good at having rules to keep their kids safe and healthy. Many of us have had kids, and Heather, you might have experienced this too, who did not want to get into their booster seat or wear a seatbelt. Many of us have had kids who didn't want to go outside wearing pants. A lot of us have experienced kids who put up a big obstacle to doing something that we knew was what they needed to do. And that's uncomfortable for us as parents and for them as kids, but uncomfortable is better than unsafe. So having a rule and having empathy for our kids' frustration or anger or sadness about that rule is okay.
So yeah, so let's talk about like the feelings that they might be having and dealing with that. So if they are having anxiety about staying home and not being, if they have that option to go to class or stay home, having anxiety about that, or having anxiety about not playing on the football team, or, you know, how do you deal with those anxieties or fears or worries?
So the first thing is to have empathy. And empathy means not telling our kids how they should feel, how they shouldn't feel, or what they ought to be grateful for. It's so frustrating, whatever you're feeling, to have someone say, but you should be happy, or there's nothing to be sad about, or at least this thing. True empathy means, I hear what you're feeling, and that's hard, and I'm sorry you're feeling that way.
Oh, that's such good advice.
Yeah.
Because I find that with adults. Adults try to tell you how to feel.
Right.
And, you know, we always say what doesn't kill us will make us stronger, and I'm not sure that is always true. But are our children, are our children going to be more resilient because of all this?
So there is a lot of bad news in this pandemic, but there's some real good news for kids and for teenagers. I know that's hard to imagine given the things that we're disappointing them about, but we know as adults that they will face other periods in their lives of upheaval and uncertainty and disappointment. This generation of kids is getting to practice strategies to manage that difficulty while they have adults right by their side who love them and are looking out for them. And they'll be able to look back on this experience at other times in their lives when things go sideways and know that they have the strength to get through it.
Such good advice.
Yeah.
And really, you know, we talked about talking about teachers and parents, but I think all of this is something we can use collectively.
Yes.
For sure.
Thank you so much, Dr. G.
Have a great day.
You too. And you can look for more parenting advice from Dr. Debbie Gilboa, parenting expert, author, family physician, and regular PTL contributor on her website, Ask Dr. G. And you can look for that link at pittsburghtodaylive.com.